Hey everybody, welcome back to Spinalcraft. This is Exonerated, and I thought I'd switch things up a little bit and try out a texture pack, but no. It's a 1.7 texture pack, so some of the new stuff like this coarse dirt aren't in it. Let's change that back real quick. Not that way. Go over there. And we'll go back to normal. Alright, so last episode, you remember, we built up our little barbecue pit, did some more work with our walkway here. We have our little marsh thing all grown up now. We've got the grass spread out. I've planted some wheat. And all in all, I think it looks really good. Let's check it out from above so that you can see kind of what I'm looking at. So today I thought also we would kind of continue to work with the exterior of the tree. Let's get those two and that one. There we go. I need to get some more ladders up here, but that's okay. So I thought we would work with the exterior of the tree today. I want to try something for an exit coming out this way that's a little bit different. But you can see we've got everything lined up really well. It's all very quaint and cozy, but I had kind of a revelation. And I don't know if you're going to be on the same page with me, but this tree has no roots. It has no roots coming out. So wouldn't it be cool if, instead of just having this hole, kind of like a Deku tree from Zelda, wouldn't it be cool if instead this was a limb, or not a limb, but like a root that came out along here, and this path was in the remnants of the root. Like, that would explain the dirt and the wood in the bottom and everything else. So, for instance, if we just took it and went like this and started planting, oops, we need an axe. Choptimus Prime is on duty. If we went through and put stuff in the wrong place. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, I'm going to leave you there because you're going to be there anyway. So what if we did this? What if the blah 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 what if the roots of the tree came out this way and then we just slowly filled in this area with landscaping? That to me would be pretty stellar. So like this. No, that's not what I did, and you know it. Stop being a jerk. And like this. And so this would all be root. Let's see, we'll put this like this. Maybe this up a little bit. Have this kind of going like that. And it doesn't have to be, like completely full, because of course roots are going to corrode over time, especially roots to a tree that has already fallen. So yeah, I thought this would be kind of a neat addition to the bush, and to the tree itself. I thought that maybe this would all be one great big log, and then we'd have the tree in the middle. And so I'm going to do some work on this and kind of see what I can do. And of course, part of the root would open up this way, and part of the root would open up over there. And the root itself would just be kind of gone by this point, where maybe it's corroded out, so it's all dead. And so it opens up, and this little bit of marsh has kind of let its way in there. So let me work on that, and let's check and see what we can come up with. Alrighty, and we've been doing the work. Doing it. And this is what I kind of got so far. It's real rough. We haven't done any real design, but you can see we kind of have the oak kind of leading out a little bit, and I tried to build it up some. Let's see. up here. I tried to build it up a little bit, and so this is kind of where the roots are going to start to give way, and the foliage kind of coming up from the roots are going to start working their way out. And of course, that's where that tree came from, because, you know, this tree is, of course, going to have saplings and whatnot on it. They're going to grow out of it over time. And then even though the tree itself has fallen, there are some parts of it that are still alive. So let's see if we can't. I want to put one piece right here, and we'll kind of, that way that tree's kind of squeezing out a little bit. We want it to, or at least give that impression that, you know, that tree is kind of squeezing out of there. Like it's growing towards this hole. And then, let's see, we can come through on this side. We can have the root kind of go out a little bit, and come on. And let's clear some of this out. We can always replant. Always replant. All right. And no. Bad root. Alright, have it go like that. And so that'll be kind of the outline of our tree here. Let's get maybe a little bit further. And then there we go. That's not too bad. We need to have the root come out a little bit here too, but not like that. Like so. All right. And we'll put dirt down there and there. All right, so now we've got, obviously, we've got the root coming down this way. And so we want it to arc a little bit, and so I think we're going to have to, in order to do this, I think we're going to have to build a little dirt mound and do the roots over top of it, because we want to keep the same root direction. The roots grew out this way for a reason. Even though they're done and gone now, there's really nothing left of them, you still want to keep the same sort of vibe, growth pattern, you know, sort of thing. So let's see here. We'll do this, and we'll fall down, probably more than once. All right, we'll do that and that. Whoops. Okay, and we're gonna go up with these on the end here because we want to have a place to have the logs come out at. Alright, and this away, and maybe we take that out and do that. Not too shabby. Alright, let's build this side up a little bit up here, and right now, come on. There we go. And now we just need to put up a couple pieces here. Alright, now let's dig all that out, kind of check out how that works for us. Alright. How about that? See, that's a nice opening there. Kind of leads out. And how does it look from above, I wonder? Let's check that out. Because we want to see the roots kind of grow and feed out a little bit. And make sure that, I want to eat it, the tulip. Make sure that it kind of has like a natural growth pattern. And let's check that out. Now we're going to have to fill in some more of it anyway. So, oh, see, man, look at that. We got this nice shape going on with the root coming out this way. And the nice shape is going to come out here. And then, of course, we'll have bits of the dark oak here. And we've got this hole open up where this tree is growing out of. So now we're going to have to do some blending kind of into the tree. Because, again, it's a root. So we want to make sure that we blend it in. But let's finish our tree down here a little bit more. I think I want to do... No, I want that to be inside the tree. So let's take this out. And again, this is what I was talking about episode before last, where, you know, sometimes you think you have an idea about what you want to do, and then all of a sudden inspiration strikes and it just takes you in a completely different direction. Then, you know, you kind of have to go through and spin everything around in order to get it to work, but you have to do what inspiration says. We'll move that one for now. Maybe we can find someplace else to put him. Put him right there. He looks happy. Alright, and let's see. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna pick that one up. Well, I want to leave that podzol where it is, but I don't want to overgrow it, so... Alright, so now we've got this one. Maybe this is a little bit wider portion of it. So again, we're gonna kind of bulk it up a little bit. We want to be able to build up our root structure around it. Actually, we'll leave that. Start placing that. And this will be a small hole, I think. So let's do that and leave that open. And yeah. Alright. And let's see, what do I want to do? Okay, so I want to build this up because I need some height. So, like that. And we're going to build that up. And let's do that the wrong way. Let's just do it the wrong way and get us some more wood. Get rid of that. Alright, and let's do that. We'll put this over top. Alright, now most roots are rounded again, so we're going to have to kind of work on rounding this top piece off. So let's see here. This is probably going to be like this. And yeah, I could see the root flaring up a little bit. Kind of like that. And like that. And like that. And it has to flare up anyway, because we got to be able to come out here and party. And let's see. We're going to double up. Throw her down. Dig. Alright. And I think we're pretty good shape here. Let's get... pull that a little bit. And then we're going to go up. Because we want to be able to blend into the back too. Let's see, maybe we drop back down. What do we care? Alright, and right here. Alright, and we need one on that, so we're going to pop this here. And of course we're going to pop that there. And I think that's probably going to have us in good shape to start. Let's clear some of this dirt out. Take a look at it. It might be too tall, but at least we can kind of take a step back from it. Review our understanding of it, as it were. Alright, we're going to get rid of... well, actually, let's leave that there, because it's going to grow into the dirt. We'll leave those there. Climb up on our fireplace. Two square. We're going to go with this. And we're going to fill this in. And I think that is too tall. Looking at it, I didn't want to say as much, but I think it is. Let's do this. But then let's also take this and this down. And actually, we're going to go this way. Alright. Now we need to unsquarify this. So I think we can do that with a couple of pieces, just like that. All right, let's take a step back again, kind of look at it. Yeah, see, that's definitely more rounded off. That's more of a natural progression out. And let's see, we want to start working our log this way. Not what I wanted. There we go. All right. So even though we're not building the whole lump of tree this way, we just want a couple of pieces of the fell oak roots themselves to kind of stand out this way, to show where the wood was, where it went. And maybe we do this, kind of lay one out that way. Maybe we break it up, kind of put it like that. Why not? All right. So now let's see. We want to kind of grind this one into this tree over here. So that'll definitely go there. We can bring this up, and then we just want to round things off a little bit. That's not going to go the whole way, but this one will meet. And let's see. Yeah, we can come out one more. Then go here, here. And this whole process with building roots for trees is so organic that you can mess it up, but the more you throw into it, the more intricate that you make it, the better it looks. It always comes out looking better. So spend time, punching in pieces here and there. Spend time, take a step back and look at it. Add a little bit more. Take a step back, add a little bit more, and just keep building on it. It'll turn around. It always turns around if you put the time into it. Now we need to think about, so we've got it coming in this way. Now we need to start thinking about it going this way. And I hate to take out more lighting, but wrong wood. There we go. And maybe we come this way a little bit. We've got some wood down here, so let's put some more logs down. Here we go, like that. There we go. Those are over water anyway, so they don't really matter too much. And let's see. Well, that's going to have to be, yeah, that's going to have to be there. Oops, give me that string back. I don't want that to grow any taller than it is. There we go. All right, and pull our dirt back on our bar and start building back this way some. But we want to leave ourselves some clearance. This is too tight. So we got to come through and cut these down and bend the path a little bit more over this way. And let's see, we'll do this. We'll kind of put in a window of sorts without actually putting in a window. Like not that. Like that. And maybe bring it down. Go up. There. So we got kind of a window where the roots are starting to, break down some more, kind of do their thing. Let's get all that dirt going. All right, let's see. We want to come this way. Come up. Not there, but there. All right. So see, that's man, that looks good. Nice little clean organic. Open out to our little seat. Have a seat. Sit back and kind of look at things. Let me work on closing this in some more, and then we'll take a step back and see where we're at. And we're back, and oh man, the amount of wood that you go through on a project like this. I have a feeling I'm going to be buying quite a bit of it on the server. Yeah, so I've started filling in some more. I've got a little bit over here to kind of back in, so let's do that on camera. I'll do that there. And I think we're going to kind of leave most of this open right here on this side because we've got the coverage above. Again, we want to kind of show the tree growing a little bit through anyway, so let's see. And then we did this side over here. Same sort of scenario. We want to keep our headroom though, and we're kind of losing it a little bit with that piece. So let's move it. Kind of look again, see if, maybe we take this out and move this pumpkin back here. Maybe right there. We'll move him right there. Alright. And, yep, that's got to go. Alright, right there. That looks good. And let's check the top here. Now it kind of bulges up a little bit just to see how things would look. And then we've got this last little bit right here that we want to blend in. Then we'll climb up to the top, kind of take a look at things and see how we're doing. And maybe one more here. There. And the one thing I noticed was that it was too straight, so I got that. Alright, let's clear out our dirt below. And then, like I said, we'll climb up top, take a look at things. I like that feel. I like how that is. And let's get that. That's going to bug me. That's going to bug me. Alright. And then, of course, we come down this way. And this has got real low ceilings. And that's probably a bad spot for that one. Let's put that there for now. That there. That is an awful low ceiling. Can we raise that a little bit? We can. That's not so bad. Maybe a little bit more. Come through. All right. And yeah, that's better. But now I want a little bit more closure here. Because we want the garden and all, but it's still a root that the tree is growing out of. Let's see. Let's do this. Maybe come out that way. And there. Does that close us in some? No. Let's do this. And one more maybe. Let's bring that down. Like that. Get rid of this dirt. Check how that makes me feel. Do it. Still got our little mushrooms kind of tucked in there, which is cool because you always, think of seeing little mushrooms hidden like that. Let's see. How does that? Looks a little flat. Let's bring some more. And you know what? Let's raise this up like we did the other side. And fall down. Dirt be gone. Wood be gone. Alright, now let's climb up top. We're going to check this out. This is probably all we're going to get done today, but that's alright. And I would pick the ladder without ladders on it. Or, you know what I mean. The climb up spot without the ladders. Alright, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, look at that. Wow. That looks good. I like that. So we've got our root kind of expanding out this way around the tree, expanding out the other way. So we've got our growth kind of in here in the middle. Oh man, that looks good. Alright, so let's... I know I said we'd be done. Let's take a minute, try to blend some of this in. Because we've got kind of kind of a stark kind of turn here, and we want to kind of round it out a little bit because most trees don't have like solid turns like that. And what I find rather is easier is to kind of step it. You know, if you look at, well, that's a bad example. This is a good example. So you can see that each level of it kind of comes out so far, and then the next levels don't come out quite as far, and that's how you would round it off. Basically, you want to have them come out, but you don't want them have them all come out to the same length. Let's not do that. Let's do that. Pick up another stack and keep going. So, you know, you just kind of have to alternate it. So not only does it step over and up, but then it also has to step back a little bit too, because the growth won't be as pronounced higher up like that. So let's knock that torch out. Now we're just trying to round off this part. We're not terribly worried about the rest of the tree just yet. Alright, that's still a little weird up here. See, this is just straight, and then this comes straight out, and we want to change that a little bit. So let's bring some of that down and out. And some shorter pieces, because we need to round it off, so we want it to be kind of look like it's leading up into the tree like that. Kind of take a look back. We'll tower up here real quick. That's not so bad. This side, though, definitely needs to wrap around. Let's see if we can do that real quick. Okay, so we want more of this. We definitely want more of this. More of this and that. I'm not really worried about covering up the blocks for now. I know it's a waste of dark oak, but again, it'll be okay. Knock out that torch. Alright. And I kind of like the way this dips down and then goes back up. So we'll kind of use that a little bit right there also. Oops. Not there. We're going to grab some more. Every time I fall, I end up mispressing it. Alright. Alright, now we can use our next whole stack. That's going to be a reoccurring theme, I think. The wrongly directed log. Let's check, see what we've done. See if we like it. Do we like it a little bit more? We like it a little bit more. Well, we would like it more still. If we could get a little bit more vertical action in here. And yeah. A little bit more vertical, especially over here. This is kind of flat. Get rid of that. And this is all, you know, you got to play it kind of by eyeball and see if it's the way you want it. Let's jump on this tree. Check her out. That definitely looks more blended in. Maybe we need to come back and take these upward facing logs and turn them vertical, or horizontal rather, so they kind of flow the same way. Let's take one last look from up here and then we'll call it for today. You know what? I'm not calling anything up there until I do something. It's going to drive me bonkers. I can't believe I haven't done it already. Let's go ahead and grab some sticks. Whoops. There we go. And huzzah. Alright, pick up our crafting table because that's Not gonna sit there anymore. All right, now we'll climb up. I should have fixed this anyway. Go, 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 go. And bang, bang, bang. All right, there we go. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, that definitely looks a little bit better on this side. Still have some work right here in this little corner. But we check out this side. Hello, tunnel. Yeah, this side definitely looks a lot better for a root. It almost looks too blended in, but when we start adding some more roots going down this way, it'll bleed in a lot better. But I like that. So, all right. Well, want to thank you all for watching today. Again, we are making some pretty good progress. This is the sort of feel I want for the whole base. And it helps to kind of get that laid out in one spot or two just to see it so that we can go through the rest of the base and kind of see if it matches or not. Still have lots of rooting to do on this tree. There's nothing over here, nothing over at this side. On the back side of the tree, I'll show you that real quick. I've got it rooted vertically, and I don't know that I like it. In fact, I might have to take it all out. You can see I've got a little bit of root over here to the right under the window. But again, it's very little root. And then over here, you can see sort of, it is nighttime. But all those logs are vertical. They're all up and down. And the feel is right, but I think because they're upright and not horizontal like this, I don't think they give as good a feel. Because the root structure for the tree, I definitely love like this bend in it that the Iron Farm, we had to put that bend in it to make the Iron Farm fit, but I love that natural like flow down, and I want to kind of carry that through on this side. So we'll have to change these roots over here, I think, all to match the way that one kind of flows out. And then maybe we'll expand some roots on this side, and then the whole other side of the tree from here. Yeah, we haven't even touched that. So want to thank you guys so much for watching again. Check back next time. Not sure what we'll do, but it'll be fun. Catch you later. Bye-bye.